Welcome to another edition of Versus. Leader here with one of my favorite synths of all time, Korg Wavestate MK2 version. It's just a fantastic little box. It's kind of amazing. It's got everything in there. It's got everything. I might dare say, I'm sorry, excuse me, I have a fan on. Just realized. I might say that this could possibly be my desert island synth, mainly because it does so much. It does so much, first of all, but second of all, there's so much going on in terms of modulation and the voice count, the polyphony, and you can do so much with it. But it's also like what you can create can entertain. It entertains me for hours. I could just sit here with a pad and make a pad for hours because there's just so many options. You keep layering, adding little intricate little elements. It's amazing. So, if the worst thing were to ever happen to me and I get stuck on a desert island, if I had this and any one of my sequencers like a Toneverk or whatever, MPC Live, something like that, I would be pretty happy with that. So, without further ado, I'll just go over real quick. It's got 4 layers, which essentially are a whole synth patch. It's got a tremendous amount of polyphony. I think it's 96, but it could be 100 and something. I can't remember because there's the MK1 and the MK2. They had a slightly they boosted the polyphony in the MK2 by, I think it might be 120 now, which is incredible. I mean, if you have 4 layers, that's still 30 voices a piece, which is incredible. If you're not familiar with how the Wavestate functions, we're going to obviously go through it, but the idea is you have several sequencer lanes. I'm sorry, I couldn't get that. The screen is just not very photogenic. I've tried to mess with all the lighting. It looks a little... So you can turn that down a little bit. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's as good as it gets for me right now. I'll have to figure out a better way. But if you can kind of see here, especially on the little screen bottom right, you get several lanes. And each one of those lanes, sequencer lanes, operates on its own timeline and can operate in different ways depending on what you tell it to do. It can loop, it can go backwards, it can go forward and backwards, it can do all sorts of stuff. And each one of those lanes basically modulates a different part of the synth. So for example, you see timing, you see sample, you see pitch, shape, gate, and step sequencer. You also get a master track too to actually do some things for all 4 layers at the same time. It's tremendous, and honestly, we're gonna make some sounds, we're gonna have some fun with it, but I'm probably just gonna scratch the surface, because right here, just this sound, which, you know, it's not over the world fantastic, but it's a beautiful. These are all built-in samples. I haven't added any of my own, which you can do, but you can hear there's a loop in there. It's actually looping the sound. You know, you get that hit transient, and then it just kind of loops in there, which gives it this sort of reverb. There's no effects on this whatsoever. That's lovely. All I did was extend the release, and there is another layer on here that's very light. I'll turn it off so you can hear it. This is actually the first sound that I made. I'm going to turn that up. Oh, it's not a very loud sound. Turn that velocity down. Oh, we want it down to 0. Close to it. Oh, I'm messing with the wrong track. There we go. Just bring that other one back in. I'm gonna actually bring it down a little bit. So anyway, point being is that that's just 2 samples. No effects, no real anything going on. And if you go back to the perform page, not even the sequencers. So I mean, to me, I'm already kind of loving that sound already, and we have literally just scratched the surface. So no more about the synth. Let's just make some sounds. One of the things I'm going to start with here that I thought would be kind of a cool idea with this one is to go to the sample layer. And instead of just having this one sound, which we can see by, let's see, we go sample, lane presets. Let's just go out of it again. There we go. So we have 8 slots. Currently, we're only playing one of those slots. And you can tell that by coming back here to sample and seeing where it says loop start A1, loop end A1. There's a lot to unpack here in this guy, and we're not going to go over all that stuff today. I just want to demonstrate the sounds, but there are some in areas there's kind of a hierarchy of settings. So for example here, if you can see this, yeah, you should be able to see that, start and end are set to A1 and A8. You think, okay, so start at A1 and go to 8, no problem, but the loop overrides that. So if I want that to actually change, I have to go to loop end, increase that to 8. So now it's going to sound funky because I haven't changed any of the other samples, but listen to this. So you can hear it moves into, and you can see as it moves along here, which is really nice, but it moves into this other sample. So let's go to those other ones. Actually, let's go back here. This guitar nylon 1F. I'm going to try and find, let's see, how do we do? I'm going to try and find some more nice guitar sounds. I'd imagine they would be under strings. Let's see. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Well, I should go back to the first one. Okay, let's go back. Let's see what we have here. Guitar. Shift over. It's not telling me anything, but okay, so there's, I'm going to say guitar 1F there. Halfway down. We're just in the all. Okay, let's have to find it there. Okay, it was about halfway down. Oh no, was it clean? I didn't pay attention. That was WS. Hey, guitar. Where are you? Okay, well, this is what we're going to have to do, because I'm not going to sit here and mess around with that. We are going to go out. I'm going to go to perform. I'm just going to go ahead and load a different patch, and then we'll come back. Okay, now we're going to remember what it was. Sample lane preset. It was... Oh, what are you doing? Guitar, nylon guitar 1F. Okay. I'm going to bring my amp sound up here. I'm going to turn my velocity down. This is stuff I had done earlier. A, bring the velocity velocity down for that one too. There we go. All right, so let's go back over here. Nylon guitar. We're going to come back to shift page. Nope, nope, nope. Sample, then shift page. And we're going to go to guitar. Come back here. Here we go. So that was... Where were you? Guitar. Was it nylon guitar 1F? Okay, let's see. Oh, we're in the first one, so we don't want to do that. There's probably a better way to get back and forth between... Oh, we're in that. There's got to be a way to copy paste samples between the two. It would be nice to know that, but unfortunately I do not. Electric guitar, guitar effects. Did I miss guitar somewhere? Why would this not be in alphabetical order? Oh, it is. I'm just going too fast. No, it's not. Synth, bell, pluck, perk, keys, brass. Ay, ay, ay. That's just silly. Okay, now we're back around. Acoustic guitar. I'm going to go with that. Yeah, here we go. Nylon 1F, 1P. Let's just go ahead and load them. Oh, no. I see what I did. Okay. Keys, strings, vocals. They're not there. Son of a bee. Okay. Guitar 2F. Do double F, double forte. All right, well, we're going to go with it. Okay, I got to go back to the sample here. We're going to go and do just 1 to 2. Okay, now we can hear it. Ooh. I might mess with the timing between those two, and that's from a different lane called the timing one, but let's move over and keep going with this guy. Guitar. You are nylon. Whoop, come back here. Guitar. It goes so fast. Okay, let's see what else we got. So we're running out. Okay, I guess I could just do different ones of the... there we go. Different versions of that sound instead of trying to find the same but in different fortes. Come here. We'll go to, we already did that. Mezzo forte. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, I have to go back. See, there's a lot. That's one thing about this. Like, you're going to have to pay attention because there is a lot to mess around with. So here's an example. Let's see. Okay. I had to set the start and end and the loop end to be able to get this patch to play. So let's go back here. So I want to try another thing. And this is going to be a little tricky, but basically right now as I play a note, you can see it always comes back and starts at the beginning. That's pretty cool, but we've got very similar sounds across those 4 patterns, so I'm wondering what it would sound like if I made it start either randomly or off a, what would you call that, a round robin, I guess? It just kind of moves around. Oop. Nope. No, I gotta go maybe one more page. Beats, pitch lane, effects sample map. That's not what I'm trying to do. Step 4. Probability, fixed pitch original. Yes, we want that to stay. Now, where's it going to be? So this is where it gets a little tough. I'm going to just cheat here and use ChatGPT because I don't want to pull up a manual in the middle of this. Let's see. Actually, I use Google Gemini. You know what? No. I don't know. Acting silly. So we're just going to not worry about it. All right. Well, we'll try and figure it out without him. Well, it should be anyways, probably. Okay. Initial sampling. Start. Now we got all that. That's all there. So I guess maybe lane preset. That's this already. Gate. That's all that. Ah, note advance. Here we go. Loop mode. Random order. So that's what we want. Okay. So shift. Random order. That's nice. That's great. I like it. I think that sounds pretty fun. So obviously we're going to be building this some more, but I'm pretty cool with the sound already. Just being able to do that where you can basically have it go in some random order. So it's picking randomly out of these 4. If we increased it to 8, it'd be even more, obviously. I think we got to do that because I actually want to add some different kind of sounds in here. So I've already increased this originally, so now we just have to basically increase it from here. So just to give you an idea of that, because I just kind of glossed over something. If, say, I have these 8 steps here, I can take this all the way up to 64 steps. I believe it's 64, right? Let me see. Well, we'll figure it out, because I think it is. Regardless, the point is that if I want to increase, even if I want to increase 1, if I want to go from 8 steps to 1, I actually have to go over to this 3rd page. And I have to use this action page here where see add steps to the end. So I could add 1 if I wanted to. I'm not going to do that right now, but I actually want to see. Yeah, 64 steps. Okay, that's pretty awesome. So just to kind of wrap your head around that, each one of these lanes has 64 steps. They can play in their own amount of time, amount of steps. They can play in their own directions. They can play randomly or start at the first one every time or play backwards or forwards. And that's just one patch. You have 4 patches. I mean, there is a tremendous amount of processing going on here. But what's crazy is it all runs on a little Arduino box. So, I don't know. Pretty amazing. So, as you can see here, what's happening. I basically brought in 4 more steps, but I haven't affected their sounds yet. So they're going back to those default sounds. So let's get rid of those because they do not fit here. Guitar. I'm going to find we don't have a whole lot more nylon guitar sounds, I don't think. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have this one yet. So we're going to go with this guy. And for 6. I believe there's one other in here. Let's go ahead and add a random, harmonic. Let's do a harmonic. Yeah, we're going to try it. Okay, that's 6. We're going to go 7. It's going to be a regular guitar nylon string sound again. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Double forte, mezzo forte. I think I've got all of those, but I maybe don't have nylon. I forget what the piece is. Piezo? I forget. But we're going to go with that. Let's see. Boom. An F, 2F, 1 MF, D, harmonic. Nice. All right, let's throw some wacky one in there. Nothing too crazy, I guess, but something that will... Oh, I know what we'll do. Nice jazz guitar. Let's see. I don't even know what this one sounds like, but let's see. All right, ready? Seems like it's favoring that one for some reason. Let me just go back to lane preset here. So no, I don't like that sound. That one, way too muted. Let's try Let's try pick harmonics. I think that one was just a regular harmonic. Sorry. That's too much. It just sounded so funny because it sounds like some 80s guitar player just bust in. That's not too bad. Ooh, I kind of like the resonator. See what we got here. Okay, 6. I need to get rid of 6, unfortunately, because it's too soft. And when I'm going to play a melody or something, it sounds like a note just straight up drops. Well, let's try acoustic guitar. Maybe that'll fit. Cool. I'm liking this. Let's go to lane preset. Actually, we'll go to perform, so we can just see it from there. Okay, so we've got some sounds that are pretty interesting, but they are clashing a little bit to me. And instead of going through and just finding a better sample, because I feel like that can be an endless chore. And I like the variation, maybe not quite the way it sounds, so let's see if we can mess around a bit. We're gonna go ahead and just use, well, first, you know what I'll do is I'll go to that sample, which I think was, yes, this one here. Let's see if we can mess with anything here a bit. Maybe this is the only one we can really mess with, just the sample itself. I went up an octave. I like that. That's okay. Oh man, I want to reach for reverb and delay right away because that always just makes everything so much more emotional and beautiful, but we're going to hold off because I want to come over here and kind of mess with A little bit more. So let's go ahead and just take layer B out. So I like that sound. I think we're going to have to take out all of the velocity here though, because it is just not. We need a little bit. So by adjusting this, I'm basically saying the speed and kind of strength I play the keyboard with is being measured and the velocity is being affected. If I turn it to 0, no matter how hard or how soft, it's playing the same amount. It's going to play the same exact sound. It's going to sound the same volume. Adding more of this velocity here, percentage-wise. So if I go to 100, you can see I'll play real light. But if I go down to 0, it's the same, consistent. Let's go 22. That is higher than it was before, and I wanted it lower, but I feel like just, you know, when you take the velocity out, you just don't, it doesn't play as well. Okay, let's, I'm thinking about maybe the step sequencer because I'm thinking about using the cutoff filter here. I'm gonna go back to B on this. That's what's going on. We'll start with the Poly 6. I believe that's the kind of default filter. You can see here you actually have ton of filter options here. Not a ton, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What count? About 10. I went too fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Try the low pass MS-20. Filter's too gritty. Let's see what else we got in here. 2-pole, these are like standards, so maybe less character. Let's see. So as much as I like that sample being there, I am thinking about bringing it down an octave. Let's hear what this sounds like. Pretty nice. Fortunately, I don't know if we can do much with the filter. Man, I feel like I gotta get rid of that one. I love the idea, but it's just not working. Let's just go back and add another nylon. It'll be another one from before, but that's fine. Okay, let's see what we got now. Got one funky sample. So, I'm okay with this so far. Now we're going to talk about the timing layer, the timing sequencer, or the timing lane. This one is essentially, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's the master because it's not, but it's kind of the one that focuses on how those waves interpolate, or how as you go through the sequence of the waves, you can define if you want it to change immediately. So, okay. Kind of all over the place, but for example, if you had a drum machine or a drum sound you're trying to build out here and you want a drum sequence, you would not want those waves as they went across the sequencer to mix. You would want, say, for example, a kick, hi-hat, snare, hi-hat, kick, hi-hat, snare. Now, if you're playing those, you obviously want those to be individual hits. So in the timing lane, you're going to set it so they don't mix when they go across each other, when the sequencer goes to the next sound. Now, the beauty of this, though, is, of course, you can crank that up and you can mix and interpolate those samples. So as the sequencer's going, it's basically cross-fading the two. And you can get these just wonderful, chaotic, or just symphonic kind of phasing beauty. It's amazing. And everything in between. So it's really cool. But for this one, I'm going to try fading a little more because I think I like the idea of maybe pulling back some of that initial transient. And I may do that with just the attack. In fact, let's go ahead and start with the attack. Okay, so we're going to do two things. We're going to bring that back. Bring down the sustain, so we do get a little bit of a burst of volume in the beginning, but then it fades quickly down. In case we're holding, it's not going to be like a wall of sound type thing. So, for example, get close. I'm liking a little bit. I'm gonna probably take this attack. I like that. Oh, I don't know what to do about that sample. All right, which one is it? You know what? We're gonna take this down. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take it down to 5. So this way we're or no 6. I think 7 actually had it. I think my idea was a valiant effort, but in the grand scheme of things, I feel like I need it to be a little bit more consistent on the guitar sound, and I still have 2 more layers that I can basically add that kind of, you know, random different sound that's going to come through once in a while and just kind of add, you know, something to it. In fact, I'm starting to brew up a new idea, and I think it's going to be maybe some long, drawn-out, long release kind of pad sounds that are going to fluctuate behind this. So we'll see. All right, I do like the way that sounds. Let's go to this timing lane and see what we can do about the crossfade. Okay. Right here, we only have, you can, this is so cool. You can define the crossfade time per step. So, like I mentioned earlier, if you have drum sounds where they're just completely separate, plays the kick, then plays the snare, there's no bleed over. You could basically have this sound we're doing right now be very soft and mixing the end, then slam in staccato, and then come out later. Whatever you want. It's just, it's really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and increase. Let's decrease. Yeah, here's decrease. Yeah, I should play like this. So I'm holding 1 note down. So it's basically no crossfade. So let's go ahead and increase this to half a second. I think it was actually higher initially, so let's try a whole second, a little over a second. That's just beautiful. I love this thing. That is so cool. You can mess with kind of like, you know, the linearity, if that's even a word, or the exponentiality. Yeah. Anyways, you can do the, basically you have a little bit of like an envelope on the fade in and fade out. So linear, it's going to be a straight, you know, 45-degree angle. Then you got your logarithmic and you got your exponential. And that gives you, I'm going to actually go with exponential a little bit towards, so we're going to go plus 50 on the fade in, and I'll match it fade out. Let's hear what this does. This is so cool, man. All right. Well, let's see. See, you can just get lost. I literally could just sit on a desert island if I had food, water, and maybe some other things to pass the time. I would just probably play this thing all day long until I melted into the sand. Okay, cool. I'm actually going to leave that because I don't want... I'm happy with the way that is, just by using these 2 steps. And that's honestly pretty common for me when you're developing these big sounds. You don't necessarily need to exploit every one of these layers to get complexity or beauty or whatever you're searching for. All right, let's try a new layer. I think those are pretty good the way they are. We certainly can come back and mess with them a bit. All right. Let's go ahead and just focus on C by itself. This is the standard default patch, so cool. Let's go and pick out our samples. We've only got 2 layers going on, or 2 steps, I'm sorry. So let us go find some pads. Went way too fast. Have pads, got lots of PRC, lots of perk. Oh, alright, let's see if we can find it on here. Pad. Interesting. Okay, I thought they would say pad first, but I guess not. Okay. Actually, I should, let's go ahead and enter just so we have that there. I'm going to go back to the sample. I'm going to go and basically take this down there. So now we're just focused on the first step. We don't need the second step yet. It's interesting, but it's not, I don't think that quite, it's a little too digitized sounding. I want something a little more natural. So, back to this guy. We're going to go into this. That's a little bit nicer, a little airier. I like that, but then you hear up here, it's like bursting up there, so we don't want that. These are pad? No, these aren't pad. Let's go back into pad. There we go. That could be alright. Ooh. Are they all gonna do that? There's something in the... Ooh, let me hear what this sounds. I sometimes love a horn patch. Real low. It's too mighty though. Oberheim action there. Ooh. Ooh. I think we're gonna go with that. We're gonna mess around. Start with the amp attack. This is gonna give us that traditional pad sound. Let's give it a 1.5 seconds of attack. Let's do a 1.5 seconds of release. Always bring down the sustain just a little bit to make some kind of breathing room. Always been a big part of my sound design philosophy is you got to make space. So, you know, if you have something big come out, you don't want to just hang out there big the whole time because then everything new you add to it, if you're overlapping it or whatever, just gets lost. So here's the little catcher here, kicker. I'm gonna crazy take this release up. How far can I go? I'm probably not gonna go this far. Holy cow! About to hit 20 seconds. What? It's still going? Ow. Hold on. 30 seconds. What? I don't know. This might not end. Maybe is there a way to shift? Holy cow! Watch this. It's just going to be there for 48 seconds. Alright, I'm kind of wasting time here, but I'm honestly super curious. It's going past 60. Okay. It's like, I feel like after like 30, they could have just done like infinite, you know, just said, we'll hold it permanently. Because, I mean, 50 seconds, that's a long time. I'm going to blow out this knob just doing this. There must be a better way to do this, but I am not aware of it. I did not mention what's really cool about this synthesizer also. It has a sister app, twin sister app. Basically, the full software of this can run natively in your computer. And the beauty of that is if you own both, then you can design on your computer. You prefer more a click and mouse and see everything kind of laid out instead of having to do a lot of menu diving. Which is really convenient. Or if you're on the road or you're just away from the synth, but you have your computer and you want to design some sounds, there you go. You make some sounds on the hardware and you really love it. And instead of having to like hook it up to your interface and do recording, actual, you know, physical live recording, you just plop that preset into the synth, the software version, and lay it out in your DAW, and there you go. So it's very cool. I love when companies do that. I honestly can't think of another company who's done that. I'm sure it's been done. The only thing I can think of that was close was I had the Pioneer RMX 1000, like a little DJ kind of after the chain effects system. And they also gave you a plug-in version that was just 1-for-1. And I thought that was really cool. I think the plug-in version still works. And that was like 10, 12 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Okay, that's nice. 3.5 seconds. Let's see what we got here. Might want to take away some more of that attack, but let's go ahead and hear what it sounds like with the rest. Okay, this is all 3 layers. Lovely. Again, no effects yet. We still have lots of power here that we can add on to this guy, and we're going to do that shortly, but I think I'm going to add one more layer. Almost thinking in my head something percussive. I'm trying to think. Better yet, I think something doing a reverse. Kind of, you know, that kind of classic reverse where it builds up and just stops. If we put a little reverb and echo on that, okay, let's try it. Okay, we're on layer 4, or layer D, I should say, the 4th layer. We're going to go to samples. We're going to actually go ahead and change this down to 1. So we're just focusing on the first sample. That is a wave. So that's sine wave. Here, we're going to take a low pass filter this. I was thinking that was kind of a Chick Corea sounding patch there for a second. I was digging that. So that cuts out that kind of noisy rustling sound altogether. There it is without so much. I feel like, let's come here. I'm going to do more attack because I feel like it's just. That is getting there. I think one other thing I'm going to do. Oh, is this? Oh, this. Did I change that? Hold on, let me go back. Yeah, okay, I did. I'm going to drop this down one. Maybe go up. Try an octave higher. Okay, so back to this here. I'm going to bring the sustain down. Here it builds up. Let's give it some time to come back down. We'll take the attack down just a hair. Yeah, we need that slow attack. Oop, oop, oop. What did I hit? Wrong button. Come back here. Let's do 4.5 again. Volume down a little bit. I think it's a little too hot, so we'll bring it down to 70 and hear what that sounds like. Ooh, we are close. Let's do 65, and then I'm also going to bring this filter up a little hair. also want to do is I need to pan these. What I would like to do with this one is somehow double it, or... Okay, here's what we'll do. We're on layer C. We're going to come over to the pan. This is the LFO section. We are going to say none the tempo. We're basically going to set this random a little bit. Well, what's this say? Start phase. Yeah, we don't need to worry about that. We'll do random. Not seeing the amount though. Where is my amount? Oh, intensity. Here we go. Okay, let's see what this sounds like. Okay, now we're gonna. Perfect. We're gonna slow that down quite a bit. I was like, why is it not changing? Let's try 700 hertz. And we're going to add some reverb to this, and that's really going to smear it all apart and kind of make it real nice and just atmospheric. It's going to sound really nice. But let's go back to D now. We have already reduced our the sample lane down to just 1. What are we going to add here? I was thinking some sort of percussion. Let's hear it. Ooh. That's kind of fun. Something, but I wonder if I'm gonna have to do some sort of like so I have not tried this before, but I'm gonna try it now. I'm gonna see if I can create a layer with a with all the sequences basically happening kind of on its own, so it doesn't happen every time I play a key. It's just going to be doing like a nice little background beat. I haven't tried that yet. It's just something I was thinking here. So let's see if it'll actually work. Got enter. Let's go to timing on this. I wonder where it would be. Timing, loop speed, repeats, duration, linear, nope, 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 nope. Type, note. Here we go. What is this? Ooh, test gate. No. That's just the step. Okay. What speed? This is interesting. So I guess I could do no. I'll have to look into that because I'm not really seeing an option here to do that, but it's got to be possible. Well, yeah, we're going to move away from that because I don't want to get stuck just focusing on that. So instead of a percussion sample, maybe we go with a Vox. Let's see if we can find some more realistic. Let's go ahead and adjust some of this. Well, let's go ahead and enter. Just a little bit of this to give it slightly more realistic kind of pad delivery. 2 seconds. Oops. I always hit that last one. Let's give it. We're going about 2.5 seconds for everything here. Okay. I really like that. But did you notice? It's interesting how... I guess the attack... Okay, let's just turn the volume down. I think that must be the case because it seems like it's really loud at that end. On that, bring this one down to 55. And we're gonna need some filter on that guy here, so let's start with some high pass because I feel like that's what I'm needing. Go with a 4-pole high pass. In case you're not familiar with the poles represent, each pole, so if you have 2 poles, that's 2 quantities of poles. Each pole is worth 6 decibels of roll off. So if you have a 2-pole, you're going to have basically a less steep curve of roll off, of cutoff of frequency, versus a 4-pole is going to basically just almost be like a brick wall, you know, or not quite, but pretty close. I've never seen anything higher. I've never seen 6 or 8, but I'm sure they exist. Let's see what we can get here. There we go. It's like completely gone. I think I'm going to flip the script here. We're going to go with a low pass. We're going to go with a 2-pole low pass because I want to get some of that high frequency in there still. Okay, that's not doing anything. Oh, I'm still on the high pass. I must have... Huh. Okay, there we go. Low pass. There we go. Volume down more on that. Even lower. Bring C down. Okay, let's get this pan going a little bit slower for layer 3 or C. Let's hear this, and then I'm going to do some pan on layer 4 or layer D. Perfect. Let's see. So I don't want to do random now. I want to do start phase at 0. And then I want to do over here, start phase at, let's do, well, 180 should flip the script, right? Okay. Or is that all the way? Let's do 90. I think it's going to be that. That might be the better choice. Come back. Ah! Oh, it just disappears. Look at that. Little flick at the end there. It's gone. Come here. Okay. Let's do what do we have on this guy? About 500 or 0.5 hertz. It's pretty slow. I'm going to slightly mismatch them. That way they'll kind of start doing this a little bit. Let's see. What are my levels on this guy? 100, 100. These are so low. I'm going to actually bring down this 30. Down to 20. Oh man, that's lovely. Okay, now we're going to kind of smooth smear it all together by adding some reverb, and we're doing this on the master. So we shift reverb, overb. I can't remember what that is. All right, let's get into the reverbs here. Oh, I only have these two: reverb, early reflections, and overb. Let's try overb. I can't remember what that is. Let me get all these presets here. No, we don't. Is this? Yeah, daylight. It's dreamy reverb. The dub bum in the sun. Okay. Ooh, floating, grainy reflections. Iceland piano pad. That's nice. Okay. Maybe just a little bit of delay. It might interfere a little bit with that reverb, but that's okay. We're going for kind of a smeary, kind of all over the place, and especially if I can get this reverb. Yes, perfect. Looking for a multi-tap. This one, let's just see what it sounds like. Almost starting to sound a bit like a granulator patch. Well, that's kind of nice. All right, let's go over to a little bit of chorus. I mean, that doesn't hurt when you're going for that smeary, all over the place kind of vibe. We're going to go not with modern chorus. For some reason, modern chorus sounds very unappealing to me. Let's go with vintage chorus because it's old. 20-inch strings. Sure. Unfortunately, I do know that there's a lot of limitations when it comes to editing the effects on the hardware. You can basically, like I said before, go and do it on the software and get a lot more parameters to effect. And then when you apply that patch to this, it does carry all that over. So I'm not really sure how that works. I don't know if maybe they didn't feel like they had enough processing power to allow you to edit it for some reason. But apparently, if you save the preset, however it is in the computer, and you save it in here, it's going to sound exactly the same. So. Because I really wish, do we have any? Yeah, we got a little bit. Here we go. Man, see, I could get lost in this. There's nobody watching anyways. I could get lost in this thing forever. It's beautiful. I'm going to save it, and we will make another song. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock already. Holy cow, I just burned an hour on that one song. Just keeps you know, doing what I say it's going to do and to overtake my life. Love Plux, enter. Yep. Okay. Take a sip of water here real quick. Excuse me for a second there. Get back. All right. You know what? Before we move on, I need to clean up that reverb. That is way too muddy. Here we go. Oh, good. Oh, we get some master EQ too. That's right. I was hoping it would be. I was hoping it was going to be in the reverb itself, but that's okay. Gotta clean up some of that mud. So I just, oh god, I rolled over my cord. Come on. Rookie mistake. Okay. I just used the master EQ to kind of scoop out a little bit around the 600, 700 hertz range. Took a little of that mud away. Huh. My gosh. EQ wasn't even on. Okay, well, there you go. Right, let me see if I can dial it in properly. Where's that mud? Let's drop it. Let's give it some extreme. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to get lost in it again. Let's go ahead and write that now with that new EQ. Did I write it? Enter. Yep. Okay. Press right to overwrite. And then enter. Jeez. Okay. Let's get ourselves a brand new patch. Over to user. User all the way up to initialized performance. What's really cool is you can lock parameters or presets on here too, which is nice, so I don't accidentally, which I do all the time in other synths, overwrite the initialized performance. I can't remember if I had to build this one. I don't think so. No, because this is okay. Yeah, most synth manufacturers have realized that people want an initialized patch. Most have them, not all of them, which I'm still kind of surprised about. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Let's go ahead first. Sample. We're going to go and make it just one sound at a time. Let's think. I want something percussive. I want something that's kind of more rhythmic. So, okay, let's go ahead and start that here. Let's go to where I'm at perk. Okay. Oops. Okay. These three. Open MF, open slap, low-toe. Okay. Let's go enter for this guy. Man, I wish there was a way. There's got to be a way to do this much quicker where you can just copy paste, because now I have to go dig that thing out everywhere. DRM, Congo. Oh, I need to look in here. Shifts, sample, Shift page over. Let's see what this stuff does. Cut steps, copy steps. Copy from A1 to A2, since that's all we have right now, but let's try it. Okay. I come back to the original sample. Let's go through and, oh, that's why. I need to go back here and actually need to add some lanes. So we're going to do 3 lanes on this one. Add steps to N. Make sure you go all the way back and only add 1. That's all I want. It's a little confusing sometimes for me. I'm like looking at it and saying, oh, I want 4, so I set it to 4, and that adds 4 to whatever I had there already. So adding 1 to make this 2 into a 3. Enter for execute. You can see we now have a soft lit 3 there, indicating we now have 3 full steps. I'm going to go back to the sample page. I'm going to go, oh no, I'm sorry, it was here. I want to go and see if I can do the copy paste. Copy step 1 through 3. This should make all 2 and 3 the same as 1. So let's see. Sure didn't. Dang. There's got to be a way. I'll have to figure it out. I should read the manual, right? Okay, where is that thing? Come back. Drum. Ah, where is it? Did I just mess this up? Conga low open. It's under drum, conga, okay. Conga high, low closed, open F, MF, slap. Okay, that was 1, and then the last one I wanted to do was conga, whoops, too far, open, low, toe. No. Slap, MF, yep, and then toe. Okay, I think that was it. Set the loop. We'll have to figure that out. Okay. Might not have to worry about it because it won't be that long. Let's see, drum. Got the 3 samples. Now I need to increase the lane. Boop, boop. Okay, gonna go to the timing. Time lane, we are going to turn the X fade off. Okay. Increase the time, the tempo, which is where's the tempo? Shift tempo. Okay, so we're going to have to figure this out because I only want 1 note playing at a time, which is going to be probably in the sample again, or would it be timing? Man, that's going to be a tough one. Okay, where would that be? Yeah, I got no viewers anyway, so it doesn't matter. I was worried that people were going to be, why don't you just know? Man, this thing is so deep and it's so easy to get lost. I mean, there has to be a place. Maybe it would be underperform, but that's, no, that's not it. If I shift perform, it just takes me to the search categories, tempo. Well, I guess we just slow the tempo down. Yeah, here we go. Try 95. Okay. There's got to be something for here. Oh, here we go. Select preset initialize wave sequence. Okay, there's a wave. Okay, we don't want that. Let's see, node advanced loop mode, lane preset. Be under timing. Check there already. It's not, can't be pitch, but we'll look. Shape, gate lane. Step sequence. No. All right, well, we'll just go with it. Yeah, see, I don't want that. That's kind of neat. Forgot about this guy's too. That's nice. In performance. Yeah, we can go 1 to 2. All right. Note advance. Oh. Oh, I'm not in the right one. Man, repeats. Pitch lane start. It's got to be in here somewhere. Sync notes, frequency, waveform, curve. That's all LFO stuff. Page. Oh man. Oh, I never checked to see if anybody actually wrote me on here. Oh, yeah. Huh. I don't know. Can't remember. Not jumping out at me. Guess we'll move on. Okay. Let's just start with that sound. It's going to be pretty awful, but we're going to go with it. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't be awful. It'll be some negative. That's going to be hard to use, but we're going to see. All right, let's just add something new. I'm going to go ahead and take that out, bring this one in. Not even going to bother listening to it because I know exactly what it's going to sound like. There we go. We go to sample 1. Why are you stuck here? Jeez. I did something. Oh man. So I did some combination. Sample lane presets. There we go. Oh wow, I wonder if I'll actually be able to set both of these by whatever I did here. That would be nice. Ooh. Wait. Nope. Of course not. All right. Okay, challenge accepted. We're going to make this sound as good as it possibly can. And I don't have a lot of hope, but that's totally fine. All right, we're going to use the pitch lane here. So we're going to do something interesting. We are going to do 5 steps. We have 2, so we're going to add 3. Press enter. We have 5 steps now. And this way we're going to have what's called a polyrhythm. So as that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 happens with the samples, hopefully we'll be able to get it just single ones, but whatever for now, it might work. I'm going to have different pitches hitting those. And because I'm using 5, it will be offset. Say if I were to use 6, that's 6 is, twice as long as 3, so they would still stay in sync to some degree. This should not stay in sync. All right, let's see. Let's go 7, 5 low, octave up, and 7 down. So this one will go 7 plus, we'll go 3. Let's try it. Okay. I want to go back to A. Oh, we're on A, okay. I'm going to go to the sample. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm going to go to the envelopes. What if we bring it in slow? I wonder if that does anything. Yeah. And then we'll, oops, release this guy quite a bit with, let's try, ooh, the devil's number. Velocity 6. That's kind of neat. We're going to take the amp down on B. Release down, I'm sorry. Is this the wrong one? What is this? Oh. Oops. There we go. 2.5 seconds. That's a little better. Okay, let's send some delay on this guy. Looks almost like I already have it. Okay. All right. A little higher on that. Let's try some different patterns here. That's interesting. We have patterns. No, I want skipped bottle jam JL. Okay, let's do some pan action here. Let's see what we get here. No, we'll save that. Okay. Oh, intensity. All right, we're getting somewhere. I'm going to crank some reverb on those clap sounds and see if it's low enough it won't sound just like massive mud. Reverb is a master effect though, so it's going to affect everything. Nah, okay. Let's go back. I think A is my... Yep, so let's get rid of B for a bit. I'm going to go back to A. I want to get something else going on with it. Some more stuff. So let's try doing the timing. All right, going to add a few steps by going over to the third page. Add steps to the end. 1, 2, 3. Let's do... Yeah, we'll do 5. So that we're actually matched up with the, I think it was the pitch lane, yep. I might change the way it actually plays, though, so it won't be perfectly matched. Wait. No. I just want that one. Yep. Increase this to 5. Oh, what happened? Timing. Well, that's weird. Did I undo it? Okay. Guess I did. Okay, shift back. Increase that to 5. Okay, so... This is this guy. So I can change each one of these, their duration. So we'll call this one 0.9 seconds. This one will change to ½ second. This is so cool. This is so fun. I'm going to crank this one to a full second. No, we're going to do not a full second. 0.93. No, because we had one over here. It's 0.9. Let's go to, let's see, 5. Let's go to a short one. We'll go with quarter, close to it. And then we're going to go, oh, that was funny. That was like the default setting. Let's go to 12, and then another quarter. Okay. Interesting. Back up the amp here. I like that. I'm going to actually bring the attack down a little bit. Then I'm going to bring the whole volume down a little bit. Ooh, that is fun. All right, we don't have any delay on there yet. That's funny. I thought I had it on there. I feel like I was expecting a lot more action here. Maybe it's just too quiet now? Yeah, I'm gonna have to increase the release. I didn't want, or decrease the attack? Let's see. I did a straight attack. Oh, but it starts on the first one every time. Okay. We'll go to, what's that going to be on our sample? Whoops. And repeats, pitch lane effects. Maybe it's the next page. Oh, man. What page is it? Not again. I can't remember. Oh, it's something over here. Note advance. Here we go. Random order. See, sometimes I wish they would still put everything in the menu instead of making you have to remember if it's only a setting on the face, on the hardware surface. Okay, we gotta do the same thing for the pitch lane because I want that one to also be doing random stuff. Maybe the timing too. Sure. Oh! Oh, bam! Found it. Where there's a will, there's a way. That was amazing. I'm so excited now. I don't think this sound is right here anymore. I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to go to the sample, and I'm going to go over and bring it down an octave. Maybe even lower. See if we can get some more sound effects. Oh, I'll change it. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I can't go any lower. Come on. There we go. I know where I'm going with this one now. Oh, 100%. This is going to be a nice evil pad. 2 seconds. Let's just start with there. Bring the sustain like I usually do. Sustain, more attack, and we're gonna get some amp already up all the way. That's interesting. Well, what can we do to this guy a little bit? Let's do some effects in there. Don't need a compressor. We got wave shaper. Ooh, that might be kind of fun. Wow. Road movie pads? I don't know what that means, but... right now. All right, let's get some of this going here. The intensity will crank up. Filter mod to the LFO. I don't know why it would go 100 to 0 to 142. I assume that's okay. Do half? No, maybe not that much. 20. Yeah, that's what I want, but maybe a little bit less actually. Let's go about 17. All right, where did my LFO go here? We don't want the tempo on. We'll do a random start phase. No, because I want it to be... Yeah, let's try it. And we'll bring this down quite a bit. Try this. Is interesting. That was great, the wave shaper. Okay, let's try a little chorus on this guy too. We're gonna do super chorus. Why not? There we go. But we don't really get any things to do on it. Oh, there we go. Barely hear what it's doing. A little bit better. Oh, where's my rate? Hidden. Speed. What am I talking about? It's right there. That's really cool. All right, let's add another layer. This is great. Okay, shift this guy. We're gonna come to the sample. I'm starting to get hang of this thing again. You put it down for a little bit, man. This is impossible. Okay, we're gonna find something real spicy. Something, I don't know, spicy or just real dark. Let's see. Let's see. Well, let's try sequence. I don't want it to contend. I want it to come in blind. So I'm going to start with those first two layers off. What do they call these? Oh, these are attack. Okay, that's not what I care about. Wait, wasn't I looking at sequence? Sequence and attack. They're all attack. Interesting. All right, let's try SFX. Oh. There's got to be something there I can use. Hold on. All right, let's just bring it back in. Okay, sample. Let's come over this guy. Take it down 2 octaves. Let's go back to this guy and mess with his frequency a little bit for the LFO. Tempo's off. Oops, I'm going too fast. That's what's going on. The wrong way. Dude, this is nightmare music. I love it. All right, what was I even doing with this one? Which one is that? Is that this guy? Let me see. Nope, it's that. I need to way slow that down. Where's the filter LFO? Probably. Yeah, okay. Cool. I'm gonna put some delay on that. Because why not? I believe it's a separate, it should be, right? Because the master is only the reverb, so 2.5. And I wish I had an EQ on this, but I don't. 10. Feedback, yeah. I want some feedback. I'm gonna go 50. Okay, here with timbre. Timbre. Clean up some of the low. Okay, let's get some release on this guy. Go with 14 seconds, that's a lot. Oh, it's not my computer checking some stuff. That's weird. Okay, well, last one is 9:34. Let's go for it. What am I going to add on top of that? I feel like it has to be. I feel like it has to be like an old synth wave arpeggio, like similar to Stranger Things kind of thing. It's almost too cliche, but I just, that's all I'm hearing on that. Yep. Okay. Sample. I'm gonna crank that down to 1, so we're only got. Cool. And we are gonna come over here to the sample itself. We're gonna find actually. It's definitely on the side. Okay. Nice and easy. Nope. Definitely. Okay. Let's do some nice cutoff here. Oops. Yep, and a little intensity. Let's get the arpeggiation going. Jeez, how do I even do that on here? There it is. Nice and easy. But I only want the arpeggiator on. Yes, perfect. I feel like, oh man, what am I doing? If I slowed these down. Nope, didn't need that. That's for the timing of that. Now it's tempo. Different. No, it's a master command. Okay. Let's see what the arpeggio can give me. Oops, turned it off. Okay, I also need to step that up. Okay. Let's see, sync notes, no. Sort, not sure what that means. Probably has to do with how it decides on what's going to play next. We're going to go, gate seems okay. Latches on. Let's do the up and down. Oh, okay, Alt, I guess is hopefully what it is. And I want to reduce the amount of space it has on the keyboard. That'd be under utilities? No, that's much more. Damn, it's gonna be a hard thing to find, I'm sure. Yep. Tempo sync? That's for the LFOs. You think it'd be under utility. Maybe, oh, there's like a layer menu that I'm not seeing. What am I not seeing? Here we go. What's all this? Tempo, that's all the same for all of them. Dang. Aha. There we go, velocity zones. So I'm looking for D, keyboard zones. Let's look for D. D goes from low C1 to, let's try. Oh, I don't have it on, that's why, jeez. Should be right about here. Let's go to C. There we go. Okay. Turn that off. Probably could take all those out too, but I kind of like the chaos for now, so it might be too noisy when I really listen back to it. So let's see. I feel like this sound kind of sucks. It's not gonna, yeah, because it's gonna do that because it's gonna play the arpeggiation. See what we got here. Okay. Oop, button the power button. Let's go over here. It's restarting every time. That's what's the problem. Jeez, how did I not figure that out before? How do I get out of that? Your source. Trigger it. No. Oh, there we go. guess I have to have that there for the filter too. Do I have it off? There we go. Let's do some massive reverb here. There we go. Rhythmic drones. That sounds like a good setting, although it just wiped out all my stuff here, so that's kind of weird. Oh. Not really hearing much going on here. Do I have the nets? This one also it's off. There we go. Wow. I haven't said a word for like 10 minutes. That was lovely. It was weird. Wow, man. Oh my god, yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. Love the synthesizer. This is a great synth, and if you know, if it's a little bit out of your means or something like that, you know, if it's hard to get hands on, I do know that the The digital version, I think, goes for as low as $100, maybe sometimes 50. I think I got it for 50 because I got a coupon to get it for 50 after I bought the hardware. But standalone, just buying just the software, I think it's like $200 normally, but you can get it for cheaper. Anyway, if you can get the hardware, I highly recommend it. It's just nice. You can tell I'm still struggling to remember where everything is. I know it's in there somewhere. Some of the stuff's a little confusing, but it does take some time. It's a very complex synth. So yeah, I highly recommend it. It is quite possibly, yeah, I would say this probably is my desert island synth because I just feel like I can get lost in it. And if you ever get stuck on a desert island all by yourself, I mean, you kind of need things to get you lost. So, at least in your mind, take you away. But yeah, this is a great synth. I highly recommend it. Lots of fun, lots of capability, beautiful sounds, wonderful samples. You can add your own samples. I haven't even bothered doing that yet. There's so much to do in here already. Yeah, I just love it. Very fun. If anybody's interested, you can reach out to me. I'd gladly share the patches with you if anything was of interest. I'd be happy to. Yeah. So, all right. Anyway, it's late. Thanks for hanging out. If anybody did, I apologize if I missed any messages because I realized I never set up my chat. But I didn't get a lot of hits today, so probably wasn't really necessary. But anyway, thank you so much.